Unlimited.
The number one hit music station.
This is Carnival Radio. Midday News.
Good afternoon and welcome. I am Joseph Oyo with the Carnival Radio Media News. At the news this afternoon, Senate President Godswill Akpabio has stated that the National Assembly will not be held hostage by the disruptive instinct of any member, stressing that discipline and adherence to parliamentary rules are vital to preserving Nigerians' democracy. This was contained in a statement issued by its media head, Eseme Eyibo, today Saturday, where Akpabio said enforcing the Senate rules is meant to maintain order, not silence dissent. His remarks follow renewed tension involving Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, who recently returned from a 6-month suspension she continues to contest. Akpabio noted that parliamentary discipline defines advanced democracies, citing examples from the UK, Canada, and Australia. He maintained that the Senate rules safeguard fearless stability and respect for leadership in the country. Why? The Nigerian Education Loan Fund has announced a final reopening of its verification portal to allow 10 institutions yet to complete their student verification exercise to do so. The Director of Strategic Communications, Oseyemi Oluwatuyi, announced in Abuja that the portal will be accessible from 12 a.m. on Sunday, October 12 to 12 a.m. Tuesday, October 14. She explained that the move is to ensure all eligible students are captured under the ongoing 2024-2025 Nenford loan application process, and that institutions that fail to verify within the period will forfeit participation in the current cycle, affecting their students' access to the scheme. Oluwatuyi also added that the 14 institutions will be published, as the fund remains committed to transparency and equitable access to higher education. At the meantime, as the world marks the International Day of the Gay Child, the Gender Educators Initiative (GEI) has urged the federal government to create safe spaces for girls in conflict-affected and crisis-prone areas. GEI Executive Director Shafatu Sulaiman made the appeal during a menstrual hygiene sensitization program for female students in Sokoto State. She warned that insecurity, poverty, and displacement continue to expose young girls in northern Nigeria to violence, abuse, and early marriage, while emphasizing that safe spaces in internally displaced persons camps will provide education, mentorship, and psychosocial support. She also called on relevant ministries to partner with civil society groups to design gender-sensitive programs for vulnerable girls. On the foreign scene, Georgia's Republican-led government has approved a $14 million redesign of the museum at Stone Mountain to represent a balanced account of its Confederate cabinet, long criticized as symbols of white supremacy, while noting that the monument, depicting 3 Confederate leaders, has stood outside Atlanta since the 1970s and remains a flashpoint between heritage supporters and racial justice advocate. Reverend Abraham Mosley, the first black chairman of the park's board, also stated that the new exhibit would confront the ugly past tied to slavery and racism. The project, however, now faces a lawsuit by the Sons of Confederate Veterans, who say the redesign violates state law protecting the monument tribute to Confederate soldiers. The case could delay the museum's reopening, slated for later this year. An interesting water sport. Retired FIFA referee Anieta Ferdinand Udo has been appointed acting general manager of Nigerian National League NLL side Dakada FC. The Uyo-based club announced the appointment in a statement on Friday, describing Udo as an award-winning referee with vast experience expected to strengthen the club's management. Speaking of the appointment, Dakada said the appointment signals a new phase in its rebuilding process ahead of 2025-26 NLL season, noting that Udo's leadership is expected to enhance professionalism and improve team performance as the club prepares for the new campaign. Dakada FC will face First Bank FC in their opening fixture of the 2025-2026 season, scheduled to kick off on Saturday, November 8th. And that ends Carnival Radio Media News. Thank you very much for listening. This news was brought to you by Carnival Radio News and Current Affairs Department, compiled by Elizabeth Tersi, Okemukoko. I am Joseph Oyokola. Good afternoon, and please do well to enjoy the rest of your day.